Welcome you guys back to a new video, and we're back to Tales of Arise. This is gonna be a short video. I just couldn't help it. I wasn't gonna play tonight, but I just have to see what happens next in this game. That last video was fucking ridiculous. So let's get forward and see what's gonna happen to Alphens and the crew next. We're gonna at least find our party members, goddamn. Alright, let's turn this up. I wonder where the hell we is. How much you want to bet we on lemon gets? Well, no, we got in the water, so I don't know. Ain't no telling where we at.
Naori. Shion.
Hey, who is Naori?
Damn it.
Shit.
You're mine! Slash! Take this! Severing wind! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! Swallow blade! Pierce! Wind! Slash!
Hold up. This control. Oh shit. This controller feels weird. I hope I'm about to get my move this shit. This is gonna be
Take this! Severing wind! You're mine!
Yeah, I can't do shit no more except my regular art.
It's over! Pierce! Take this! Wind! Right! You're finished! Pierce!
Shit.
I'm not done! Megasonic thrust!
Shit, we better heal. Good thing we got some peach gel.
There! You're mine! Slash! Megasonic thrust! Try harder! My turn! No escape! This one's all mine! Take this! You're finished! Stardust! Try harder! Not a chance! Strike! Megasonic thrust! You picked the wrong fight! Time to let it rip! Take this! Severing wind! Rising falcon! Swallow blade! Here I come! Take this! Swallow blade! Pierce! Wind! Rising falcon! Slash! Try harder!
Shit.
Here I come! Swallow blade! Wind!
Dang. We ain't shit without the blazing sword.
Alphen?
Brimwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Linwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Oh shit, Holy Lance. Might as well.
We won.
I don't even know if I want to fight anything.
Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty... The whole town was built by Danan defectors. Escaping... This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed it. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good... Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
How the fuck am I supposed to get him?
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
Alright, so let's see what this shit is all about, because...
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
What is he sitting on?
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana.
Oh, I see.
I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. Pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me.
Is that really?
So much for
He's still
standing
alive.
up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphens, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Yep.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember,
I'm gonna look at my book and see
we're
how
all
old
here
Kisara
for you
was.
if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
Excuse me.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the... And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful. She's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremony. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold this... Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that...
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is... just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we...
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remember?
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, it's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's...
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't... Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave, with no means to... I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what... I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering. Just because...
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like...
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself where...
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
You should have thought the wall last since he way over there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through...
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegus, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have...
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the maid. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense.
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegus abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to... She stayed behind on Lenegus to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even...
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as...
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to...
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard left to my own devices. Who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up? Besides, It's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will. The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphens, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time?
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Well, Kisara was dropping bars, wasn't she?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this...
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. I can't guarantee anyone's safety.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me. That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen. You're...
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past, but there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zuko policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Now,
is it hot? Let's get out of here!
Hurricane strike!
its armor's too strong. Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest.
Down! You're off!
Take this.
This one's mine!
Illuminate the door! Come on! Holy glimmer!
Look sharp!
Holy land!
One more!
Easy and smelly to me. Yeah.
And here!
Bubbly to me.
You're mine! You're finished! Here!
Take this!
Win!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
That's my cue!
I can carve through
Shut him down!
Look sharp! Their arcs were interrupted!
You're mine!
Look sharp! Do it! Dohalim!
all yours, Kisara.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Alright, so we
We
got our
don't know
next
what
thing.
lies ahead. We should
It
prepare
looks like
well
we're gonna be
before we
without the
venture
little flaming
forth.
sword.
Yeah. Can't exactly.
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still...
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find...
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do...
Fine. Let's get going. Thistlein was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
they almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed...
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal... Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescue?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almadria was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almadria was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so
Who said it had to make sense? Huh? Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only you didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea.
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Kisara being the voice of reason for everybody.
Okay. Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these
They have a
small
shop.
fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and...
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have a shop.
See.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Probably down here somewhere.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
I do need to go back there to see what costumes they give me.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects.
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem...
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Out of my way!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Going in!
I'm on it!
The earth throbs in pain.
Lightning
I'll
throw!
take out the legs with my
It's
shield.
over! Rising Falcon!
I'll stop its
I can't
charge!
end my combo.
Win! Here I come! It's over! Rise and it's over! Severing wind!
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have my healer.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shell!
Take this! Severing wind! Here I come!
Lunar arc!
Hurricane thrust!
Hurricane strike!
Rising
Look sharp!
Take this! Swallow blade! Mega sonic thrust! Great! Not a chance!
That's right. I do not have my healer.
We
Fuck.
managed to pull through.
We gonna have to put Dolaheen in there. Because Dolaheen can heal. There's two different ways we can go. Let's go this way first.
Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
I'll clear the way through.
I've got your back!
It's over!
Regenerate!
Take this!
Time to shine!
Severing wind! Take this! You're finished!
Simeon, I shall steal you where you stand. No further!
No escape!
Shine!
Megasonic Thrust!
Regenerate!
Here I come! It's over! You're mine! Severing Wing! Take this! It's over!
Benediction light.
Take this! Swallow Blade!
Allow me to help you.
Wind! Rising!
Benediction light.
Slash! Wind! Here I come!
Make it rain!
Rising Falcon!
Dang, it's gonna be hard without my
My
girl,
exploits
man.
are bearing fruit.
Dolan
Man,
keep us
this
alive,
place
but he ain't necessarily the best healer.
It's thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed.
It's amazing.
I
how
much prefer the
how much
forests in Menancia
benefit
myself.
she,
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride. It's important to get your rest.
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on...
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted, but that's what we did. Just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myth. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone.
Man, that button got stuck, man.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand.
Excuse
So
me.
the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
I
Yeah.
just had to play some of this tonight, man.
Night, everyone.
This is gonna be weird, man, not having Shion on my team, man. I'm already seeing the repercussions of not having her on
I
my
want to
damn
go
team.
back to bed.
Oh, I can get treat now. That's dope. That's gonna come in handy. Do I even have a thunder nail? The Dark Wings. I can't make none of this shit. I can't do none of this shit.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
I want to climb this thing. I can just walk.
Gotta break through! Here!
Going in! Denied!
Here I come! How about this?
They wrecked you!
Sorry,
You gotta
but
recover,
here.
okay?
Ah! Take this! Slash! Severing wind!
A charge like
Here
that
I come!
could easily be
You're
fatal.
finished!
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Wait! How about this? Soda!
Tiger Blade!
It's over! Wind! Tear!
I'm ready!
Hurricane thrust!
Light as purge, Malevolent!
Rising Falcon!
This one's mine! Hurricane Blade!
Take this!
Sleep now.
You're mine!
Take this!
Eat dirt!
Air pressure, Lunar!
Take this! Slash!
Make it ring!
Frozen!
Hammer!
My turn! Force of regeneration! You're finished!
More where that came from!
Regenerate! You're mine! Tear! Rising
Hurricane
Big waterfall!
I'll face you!
Sleep now.
Megasonic
I'll
thrust!
be saving
Scream!
this one!
Bathed in blood.
Light as purge!
Damn.
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Hold on, what was that art I learned? It's a fishing spot over there. God, this sucks without Shion.
Let's see what you've got.
Here I come! Slash!
Hurricane Blade! Denied!
Benediction light.
Here I come!
He's
Severing wind!
Freeze Lancer!
It's over!
Dance in the wind!
Soaring light spear!
Field!
Hurricane
More
Blade!
light stockpile!
Take this!
Raging Cascade!
In a bind?
It's over!
Flaming Meteor!
In the wind! Air thrust!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my
Eat
shield's for. Get behind me!
I'll leave it to you!
Make it ring!
Falcon!
Frozen!
Hammer!
A comfortable win.
That's funny, Alpha can't do shit, yo. Alpha can't do shit, man. I can't even do no burst art.
Hi, Hoodle!
Take this! Slash!
Sharpness!
Severing wind! It's over!
Resonate with the earth!
Here goes! This one! They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious!
Take this! You're finished!
Going in! Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Slash!
Hurricane Blade!
Here! Severing wind!
Rending you apart!
Take this!
Photon Blast!
Swallow blade!
More where that came
We
from!
did it!
Not in your dreams!
Now! Take this! No escape!
Resonate with the earth!
Rising Falcon!
On your
Time!
You close one!
On guard!
Huh. Take that!
Here I come!
Going in!
all in order.
Now! Here I come! You're finished!
Lightning condemned!
Looks
shot! You picked the wrong fight! My turn! Take this! It's over! Soaring light spear!
Hurricane strike! Look sharp!
Here I come!
Resonate with the earth!
Rising! Strike! Slash!
Raging storm! With this, I can become even stronger.
Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Oh, that's so pretty.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
No choice! Here I come! It's over!
Can't get out of this!
Strike! Severing wing! Here I come! Slash! Severing wing!
Look sharp!
Rising falcon! Slash! Pierce!
More where that came from!
Here I come!
Look sharp!
You're finished!
Demon
Lightning thrust!
Look
Chop! It's over!
That's it!
Soaring light spear! Rising! You're mine!
This one's mine! Everlasting
Hang on! Pissed off!
Go in!
We did it! Soaring light spear!
This one's mine!
Severing wind!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, what a view.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up.
But what about Shion? She's...
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped.
That's right. Besides, Alphens still
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long...
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep... They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been...
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than your...
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect that Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be... Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already,
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failed. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been...
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
she's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks. You too.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
Y'all think we're gonna save Shion? I don't know. It's gonna be a hard fight because we ain't got her ass. Fuck, man. Whoever we fight, they gonna beat our ass for a hot minute.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
So this dude really the next.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So,
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you?
not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump your...
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to
Invoke?
how do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each...
Astral energy? Hold on. Are you saying...
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast...
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy,
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah! What are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't...
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh! It's you.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about something.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in...
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right?
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately, that's been happening a lot less.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you...
Because... You know me.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've
Come to terms. You mean like Alphen with his past?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts.
Rinwell.
I'm just so curious to see where this is gonna go. Dang, we had an hour already. Fuck. And then there's another fucking dungeon, man. And no doubt we will be fighting a big monster in here.
That's what we're going to
Look.
climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city.
Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more...
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant... More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on some... At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could...
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Oh, the dungeon song goes hard though. Alright, so we're gonna have to stop it here. Cause I am sleepy. So we found out a little bit more about Alphens' past. He delved in deep into it a little bit. Apparently now, from what I could tell, I saw the blood on his hands, but I couldn't tell if that was, you know, blood from something else or some people he killed or what. But so apparently it's from some people he killed. So he even flipped over Lenegis some way. So we'll find out more in the next story. We'll see how we're gonna hold up against these monsters and stuff without Shion. It's gonna be an upward battle. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and get some more story stuff. Until next time, guys, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am out. Peace.